Hello, everyone. Welcome and welcome back. My name is Donna, and I am the Creole Crafter. Today, we will be creating rustic farmhouse decor. With that being said, let's get started with DIY number one. Now, the supplies that you need for this project is galvanized jar signs. We have three of those. Walmart 12-inch garland ties, Dollar Tree Buffalo Check vinyl, Dollar Tree Farmhouse miniature wood signs, and acorns and pinecone picks from Dollar Tree. Also, a Dollar Tree Farmhouse calendar 2026. First thing that we're going to do is we're going to take the apple barrel paint in black, paint all three of the base of the signs and the three farmhouse miniature wood sign. We're going to paint those in black and white. And now that the painting is done and it is completely dry, the next thing that we're going to do is we want to take our galvanized jars, and because of them being rustic, we want them to look very rustic. We're going to take some Waverly Antique Wax and we're going to dirty them up and rusty them up. And I'm just using a sponge, and I'm going to dab the antique wax over the entire jar where I think it would be rusted the most if it was outside in the weather. I mean, we want these jars to look like they've been out in that weather for maybe a couple of years. So we're going to really put the antique wax all over it. And now we're going to set it aside to dry. And I did all three. And I'm going to take the miniature farmhouse signs, and I used on the back of the calendar there are little miniature pictures, and what I did was cut out the three that I wanted to use, and I'm going to use some Mod Podge to adhere them to each one of the miniature wood farmhouse signs. And you can use any adhesive. If you have school glue or a glue stick or even hot glue, you can attach yours, adhere it to the wood signs with that. My Mod Podge was the closest to me, so that's what I grabbed. And you want to make sure that your calendar pieces are centered in this, right directly in the center of your miniature signs. And we will distress our miniature signs with some of that Waverly Antique Wax. We're going to focus on the edges and give it a light distressing over the entire sign. What I did off camera, I took the liberty of adding my garland and my pine cones to the bottom. I used hot glue for that. I took some of the white paint and dabbed a little bit over to give it that snowy effect, and I made a simple jute twine bow after wrapping the top of my jars. I just went around like 3 times with the jute twine, and then I added the bow. And right here, I'm showing you exactly what I did with those steps. And maybe I should have waited to explain it to you as I was doing it. So yeah, let's try that. I wrapped it around the top. First, I took the buffalo check vinyl, and all I did was place it against the top of the jar where I wanted it for the lid. Cover the lid with it. Took my X-Acto knife, trimmed it off to fit, wrapped the twine around it, added a jute twine bow, and then added the garland and the pine cones and acorn to the bottom. And I took each one of the miniature square farmhouse sign and I adhered them to the center of each one of the jars. I know it seems or appear to be complicating, but actually it's not. It's very easy. It's just that I'm explaining it so complicated, but it is an easy project, simple, but it has a beautiful result. It comes out absolutely gorgeous. And here it is. Leave me a comment below and let me know what you think. I absolutely love them. And the thing with this is you actually can use this year round. If you don't put too much glue, or it depends on the type of glue, you can take that Christmas decor off and you can add whatever season to that. Okay, moving on to DIY number 2. And I have some jute twine. I have, these are Christmas card box that came from Dollar General. I have 3 miniature canvases. They come 3 in a pack from Dollar Tree. A scrap piece of wood from my scrap wood pile. Now, first thing that I'm going to do is I want to get 2 pieces of this scrap wood, 3 inches long each one. So I'm just going to measure out my 3 inches, mark it with my pencil to get my marking, and I'll do that twice because I need 2 pieces, and I'm just using a ruler to get a straight line for when I get ready to cut it. And because it's a small piece of wood, I mean it's not that thick, maybe a ½ inch thick, I'm going to use my little desktop miter saw and cut my 2 pieces out. I don't need to go out to the big saw to do this. And this miter saw can be found at Walmart, and it's pretty reasonable. I think maybe I paid like anywhere from $12 to $14 for it. And I did cut that out in real time, so you see it doesn't take long and it's not hard at all. And of course, because of being scrap wood, I took my sanding block and I sanded off all the rough edges. And where I cut it, then I came back with my Timeless gray paint from Apple Barrel, and I painted everything in that gray paint. Now I'm going to take these gift boxes. They are gift boxes, and I found them at Dollar General. And I'm going to cut them down to the size that I need to fit on my canvases, because I'm using 2 of the canvases for this project. They come 3 in a pack, but we only need 2. And I decided to take the buffalo check vinyl and kind of sort of like frame it in, but only on the sides, not the entire canvas piece, just with a strip on it on each side. But if you want to frame out your entire canvas, you can do that. Cut it down to size and trim it out as a frame. But for this, I decided that I just wanted it on each side. And that's what I'm doing here. And I'm using the little miniature canvases with Dollar Tree sells all size canvases. You can do this on a larger basis, or 8 by 10, 11 by 12. And you can use a Christmas card or a Christmas bag or a calendar sheet, whatever you have, to get the same effect that I am doing now. And Dollar Tree has the vinyl for $1, so I purchased a huge amount of it. You never can have too much vinyl. If you're doing a project and you don't feel like painting, use your vinyl. And what I did was made a simple jute twine bow, added my garland ties at the bottom, And of course, somebody called me, it started recording, so you didn't see the first one, but here they are. And I think they came out absolutely gorgeous, and I put them on the scrap wood and took the tumbling tower blocks to make a stand so they can be standing pieces on a shelf. I plan to put them on my coffee bar, but I think they came out absolutely gorgeous. But you can style them in any place in your home. Leave me a comment below and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.